Now let's take a quick look at the headlines. Addressing the 17 Rozgar Mela virtually, Prime Minister Modi says 90% sales in Diwali season were of Swadeshi products. This shows GST reforms have injected new energy into India's economy. Andhra Pradesh government sets up committee comprising officials from the transport, roads and revenue departments to probe fatal bus fire that left 20 dead in Kurnool. Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal says India won't sign trade agreements with a gun to our head, emphasizing that deals with the United States of America and EU has to be based on mutual trust and national interest. Special intensive revision of electoral rolls in Tamil Nadu to begin in a week. Election Commission of India tells Madras High Court. Maharashtra woman doctor dies by suicide. Note on a palm alleges rape, harassment by 2 cops. Donald Trump says he's ending trade talks with Canada over fake TV ad featuring former US President Ronald Reagan. Prime Minister Narendra Modi sounded the poll bugle in Bihar. Speaking at a public rally in Samastipur, he launched a strong, spirited attack on RJD and Congress. Prime Minister Modi also visited Karpuri Gram, the birthplace of socialist icon and former Bihar CM late Karpuri Thakur. Thakur was conferred the Bharat Ratna last year by the NDA government. Taking a direct swipe at RJD leader Lalu Prasad Yadav, Narendra Modi evoked the state's memories of Jungle Raj, saying Bihar would not allow those days to return. He said, entire Bihar is saying, phir ek baar NDA Sarkar, phir ek baar Sushashan Sarkar. The Prime Minister said in a rally, kickstarting the campaign. This is the first time that the Prime Minister has spoken of contesting the election with Nitish as the face of the campaign. Something which had become a matter of debate and a point of accusation on part of the RJD. He said under the leadership of Bihar CM Nitish Kumar, NDA will break all its previous records of victory this year. Bihar will give NDA its biggest ever mandate. But on the other hand, Tejashwi continues to say that Nitish Kumar will not be the Chief Minister.
इस बार बिहार में भी नीतीश बाबू के नेतृत्व में एनडीए जीत के अपने पुराने सारे रिकॉर्ड तोड़ने वाला है। इन चुनावों में बिहार एनडीए को अब तक का सबसे बड़ा जनादेश देगा। साथियों, पूरा बिहार कह रहा है फिर एक बार एनडीए सरकार, फिर एक बार सुशासन सरकार, जंगल राज वालों को दूर रखेगा बिहार।
आज एनडीए का सीएम का चेहरा कौन होगा पता नहीं है। अमित शाह कह दिए कि अब जब चुनाव हो जाएगा तो विधायक लोग तय करेगा कि मुख्यमंत्री का चेहरा कौन होगा। यानी एक बात तो तय है, नीतीश कुमार जी को अमित शाह और भाजपा के लोग दोबारा मुख्यमंत्री बनाने नहीं जा रहे हैं।
So this entire show is divided primarily into three big parts, and I'm not going to tell you what are the 2 other parts. I'm not going to spoil the fun for my viewers. But right now I'm joined by Brijesh Pandey, input editor of News9. I'm joined by Manish Barrier, spokesperson Bharatiya Janata Party. I'm also joined by Gautam Seth, spokesperson Congress, and Professor Shyam Kumar, spokesperson RJD. So I have just introduced the first part. Second and third will come eventually. But first to Manish, so is the issue of the CM-ship of NDA settled?
It was never in question only, Kartikeji. That was a foregone conclusion, and I think it was not even an announcement by Prime Minister. It was something which was natural and taken for granted, and he just endorsed what has been known to everyone. So, we have fought since 2005 under the leadership of Nitish ji, and this election is no different. So I think the more important part was the message which Prime Minister gave to the people of Bihar, reminding them about Gathbandhan. And that is what is the nature and the kind of party which, this Gathbandhan is. So he went on to say that for 150 years, which I have been telling in every show of yours, that people are not going to forget that Jungle Raj. And last evening he said very clearly that the elders should actually tell the horrors of those era. So it is not to be, which I feel some of the time people trivialize it, but that was something at that time, and that he reiterated today in both the Jan Sabhas that happened. And his focus was, apart from this, obviously on women empowerment, which the way this NDA government has empowered women, not only through this 10,000 which is being talked so much, but right from the 2008 onwards, Poshak was given 2 cycles, and we have talked so much about it. So women has been a focus of this government right from the beginning. He also talked about development and employment drive, and so he talked about infrastructure development, especially in that area of BegusaraI and Samastipur. If you will see, there are a number of factories that have come up, and there is a special focus of the government to develop that area, because earlier also there were a number of industries. Barauni plant is also at, there itself. So there is a hub, small industrial hub has come up, and slowly and steadily that is coming. So he was very clear on that. Going to Karpuri Gram, and Prime Minister gave Bharat Ratna and that recognition to Karpuri Thakur, who was a leader of every caste of Bihar, every religion of Bihar. He was not someone who was only from one community. He represented the people of Bihar. He represented the honesty which people talk about Nitish Kumar, right? So both are from the same cloth, and that's something, that kind of a respect being given to him is something which is very, very empowering to EBC. So he talked about EBCs and Dalits also. Along with that, obviously, recognition of Bihar in growth and prosperity of India. He talked about how Biharis actually made contribution in Operation Sindoor. So there were a number of things. Even in Ram Temple, Bihari's contribution is there. He talked even about it. So overall, I think Prime Minister really kickstarted this, gave a huge momentum to Bihar's NDA's election campaign.
Professor Shyam Kumar, when this issue of chief ministership as a face of the NDA settled, why is your CM candidate continues to say that he doesn't think that the NDA has announced the name of Nitish Kumar as the CM face? Why is he saying that? Professor, why is he saying that? Mr. Shyam Kumar, am I audible? Mr. Shyam Kumar, I think my voice is not reaching.
There is some technical problem in your audio, I think, but please repeat your question. I would like to respond.
My question is, why is Tejashwi saying that Nitish's name has not been announced?
This is a bigger question. After remaining in power for more than 2 decades, that there is a not joint press conference. There is no clear signal from the NDA that who will lead Bihar from NDA. This is how the BJP has undermined.
But Prime Minister
Nitish
said
Kumar,
today in a rally, Amit Shah also said.
And I mean OBC, EBC. I mean, what is the discussion of today? I was hearing my esteemed friend from BJP that you were talking about Karpuri Thakur Sahab. I would like to remind you, my dear friend, that when he was a chief minister, Jan Sangh was behind to withdraw the support collapse for his government, what he was leading. for the OBC reservation policy program, what we carried forward as legacy, and what we did in the 2022 caste survey, socio-economic, then central government come in the pressure and ultimately they give a green signal for caste census. So we are the real fighter of social justice in Bihar. Nobody is going to trust you, even how you have undermined JDU. And you know, it is the irony of this fact that how that BJP has increased its political height in Bihar. They have come versus 101 versus 101. It is not at all 10 versus 101. It is 10 versus 142. That means regional political parties, especially JDU, is going to be eliminated, finished after this election. That's so clear. And this is an apman of every Bihari. I would like to tell you the insult undermine of the any Bihari. No, I would like to tell you that we are fighting for the dignity and respect for every single Bihari, even our political opponent. And we will definitely do well in the next couple of days. We will form Bihar and we will bring that brighter days of Bihar in very soon.
Okay. Thank you. Your opening comments, Gautam? Your opening comments? We haven't seen Mr. Gandhi. All the big guns went out today. Tejashwi was out, Nitish Kumar was out, Prime Minister was out, Amit Shah, JP Nadda.
I'm sorry, you're not audible.
My question is, Rahul Gandhi is not to be seen around.
No, there's a program laid out. Rahul Gandhi was seen around in the Vote Adhikar Yatra way before all these people even thought of coming out and starting giving these absurd statements that they've started giving today. And it was Rahul Gandhi who was on the streets of Bihar fighting for the most essential right to vote, which is, the basis of a democracy. Coming to what the Prime Minister said today, and I would like to really respond to that, because the Prime Minister today was all about Bihari's contributions to the country, which is a known fact. They are contributing to the country day and night. He did not speak a word about their own report card. What have you delivered? I'll tell you what they have delivered. In 2004, the Bihar's total standing liabilities were around 43,000 crores. You know where we are today at 3,19,000 crores. Niti Aayog's SDG report says Bihar is worse in poverty, inequality, in education. You will be shocked to know less than 10% people have completed their class 12. It is their own numbers. I'm talking about numbers. And I would request my BJP counterpart to please counter my claims with numbers. There are lakhs and lakhs of families which have been coming out. About 95% of households in Bihar do not even own a vehicle till now. And 2.2 crore people are still working as manual laborers. Now I want to know, is this what the double engine Sarkar's model of governance is? So the numbers are speaking for itself. Biharis are suffering because of you people. You people are without a vision. You people are without a face. You people are without an agenda. All you know is to set up a narrative of division, to set up a narrative of blaming each other, but no numbers, no vision, no futuristic agenda that they have for Bihar.
Can I respond? 30 seconds, because there's another part which I need to start. 30 seconds.
दो बातें बोलनी थी. एक तो मेरे जो दोस्त हैं श्याम जी, उनको बोलना था. Small 5 seconds. There was a small story and a real story about कर्पूरी जी called लालू जी. उन्होंने कॉल किया उनको, मेरे गाड़ी में पेट्रोल नहीं है. तो उन्होंने बोला, भाई अपना खरीदवा लो, अपना गाड़ी क्यों नहीं खरीद लेते हो, तुम तो चीफ मिनिस्टर थे, अपना गाड़ी खरीद लो. उनकी इतनी बेइज्जती लालू जी ने की है, उनके अंतिम समय में उनको एमएलसी बनना था, वो भी बनने नहीं दिया. तो अगर कर्पूरी जी और लालू जी की स्टोरी में यहां पर बताऊं तो उसका कोई अंत नहीं होगा कि कितना उनके अंतिम समय में उन्होंने बेइज्जती किया कर्पूरी जी का. बट एनीवे, I would like to, because you said 30 seconds, but I have reams of data for my friend Gautam ji to actually tell what they did not do in those 60-70 years and what we did. If you allow, I will.
Okay, but this next part is even more interesting than the first part, because the Prime Minister spoke on multiple issues. Now, talking about the Congress resurrecting the memories of the former party president Sitaram Kesri on his 25th death anniversary, Prime Minister Modi said one must remember that the Congress snatched the party president's post from Kesri and he was locked in the bathroom.
देश कभी नहीं भूल सकता कि किस तरह कांग्रेस के इस परिवार ने सीताराम केसरी जी का अपमान किया था। कांग्रेस पार्टी के अध्यक्ष थे सीताराम केसरी, हमारे बिहार का गर्व थे सीताराम केसरी। इस परिवार ने सीताराम केसरी जी को उनके घर में बाथरूम में बंद कर दिया। इतना ही नहीं, उनको उठा करके फुटपाथ पर फेंक दिया और सीताराम केसरी के पास जो कांग्रेस का अध्यक्ष पद था, इस परिवार ने उस अध्यक्ष पद की चोरी कर ली।
Okay. Now, my question is very simple. Why did Prime Minister Modi pick this issue amongst all? And where does Kesri fit in this equation? Let me straight away go to KV Prasad, senior journalist. Mr. Prasad, why did he pick up this issue?
Well, I think, Karthik, it's very clear one. Mr. Kesri belongs to Bihar, has been the Congress president, and of course, the circumstances in which he was removed became quite controversial at that point of time. I think if you were not, I don't remember, but I was very much covering the Congress party at that time. It created quite a furore. Number one, because the Congress Working Committee had resolved to, and they used a public statement of, just to jog the memory, a public press conference statement of Mr. Kesri to go forward and ask him to step down. That being said, I think today Rahul Gandhi's pictures also emerged, where he goes to pay his tributes to the late Congress president, late Sitaram Kesri. So I think election time, these are issues that I try to see if this kind of resonates with people. But remember, even during Kesriji's time, he wasn't really a vote catcher for the party. He was a treasurer. He had very strong connections with the state, but he was never he was never a campaigner. So much so that in 96 elections that were fought, I still remember there was a paucity of funds, and Mr. Kesri, who had been the party treasurer for a very long time, had lots of issues.
I didn't cover Congress party at that point of time. You're correct. Yeah. I didn't. I started in 2000.
No, I'm not sure.
You're right. I was covering. I was a sub-editor at that point of time, starting in 1998, my first job. So I was doing the copies. But if the Prime Minister is mentioning it, it's also the Congress which is remembering Mr. Kesri.
That's what I said. Yeah.
They are remembering him right now. I don't think I have ever remembered when I covered the party that they would organize a Memorial Day like that. I don't recall.
Yeah, I think Karthik, you're quite right. But politics is the art of possible. Let's remember that. And everybody tries to evoke memories of people who they think can get you, as I said, some traction. And now this is Bihar, as we discussed a couple of days ago with the colleagues' show on your channel. We all know Bihar, like many parts of the country, has a caste equation that matters a lot. You get your caste equation right, you get the votes in. And Bihar being extremely politically conscious state, every vote would count. And Mr. Kesri, coming from the community, he did. So all these are matters. Yes, the Congress party, for that matter, Congress even forgot Narasimha Rao. And it was the Prime Minister and the NDA government which honored him a couple of years ago. So all that is a fact of life. But again, as I said, Mr. Narasimha Rao was never a vote catcher for the party. Mr. Kesri was never a vote catcher for the party. These are issues that could probably, as I said, find some resonance among the people of the state who may have nostalgia for this leader. But beyond that, it's a political gambit both parties are playing. That's what I look at it.
Vijesh?
Well, I think, it will not matter that much politically, but it will definitely, buttress home the argument of the Bharatiya Janata Party of how, Gandhis are a dynasty and how they have ill-treated anybody who is outside the Gandhi clan. Because if you look at the fact that about Narasimha Rao, we all know it is very well documented that his body was not allowed to enter into 24 Akbar Road. It is properly documented. It was only after the BJP started promoting him in a big way, honoring him and his memory, his legacy. Then the Congress also started talking about PV Narasimha Rao. Today, the thing is that Congress thought that,
I think the only person who went for, used to go for his memorial service when UPA was in power was late Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh.
The Manmohan Singh. So what has happened today is that the example of Sitaram Kesri being pulled out of nowhere and being offered flowers and respect and all by the Congress party, it gave BJP a very legit chance of saying that you more than him getting any vote. It is like reinforcing the point which the BJP is making, that Gandhis treat only Gandhis and people equal with respect, but when it comes to other party, you may talk about it, but the reality is completely different from what you say.
Gautam, first to you and then Manish.
No, see, the question that you people have raised is something, and the Prime Minister speaking on this is very surprising. If you look at the Congress party's new headquarters, the Indira Bhavan, you would enter and you would see that, all the former Congress presidents have been honored the moment we inaugurated this with their portraits there. And of course, we started that, from now on, all the former Congress presidents, we are going to memorize them. So, Mr. Kesri, of course, in that scenario, what we have started after the inauguration of the new Congress office, today his memorial was done. Now, this is nothing for the BJP to comment on. This is the Congress party's internal procedures and how we honor our former leaders. There must have been issues amongst Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Advani ji also, but he would still walk up to him and wish him every birthday. So that does not state that we will start questioning why Prime Minister Narendra Modi suddenly is now wishing Advani ji by denying him becoming the president, the vice president, removing him from all the important bodies of the BJP and finishing his political career. So the questions could be asked, but will this help Bihar is my question. No, this is not going to help Bihar. Bihar still stands where it stands. The 2 years back, the caste survey that was published shows, you will be shocked that about, 94 lakh families are earning less than rupees 200 a day. And only 25% of them belong to the general category.
Okay.
Others belong to the scheduled caste, SC, economical.
Okay, I'll come to
social justice.
Okay, I'll come. Because Gautam, I'll come to it. You said this is internal business of the Congress party. Manish, is it the internal business of the Congress party? Sitaram Kesri?
Absolutely not. In fact, I would say hypocrisy. Thy name is Congress, isn't it? They cannot see anyone who is not from the family, and it is pretty much known. Look at all the young leaders where they are. They were all thrown out because they thought that they speak better than the leader of the party or whoever is the Yuvraj, and anyone who closely had any aura or they could speak well or work well, they were all shown the door. And that's happening even in RJD, right? It's a typical, what do you say, family party symptom, which is there because they cannot actually stand any talent, and which is why you do not find the kind of talent which once Congress had. It's bereft of talent, right? So talent doesn't move there until unless you have your uncle, aunties and father and mother, they are a part of Congress, or you are being patronized by someone. So, I don't think Mr. Gautamji actually understands. See, when Biharis see this hypocrisy, they would be very, very angry. They would understand that you actually insulted Sitaram ji so badly, he was crying. If you go back to that story, in fact, everything is not coming out, but then he was crying, and he was such a senior leader. I think he was at around 80, 81 at that time, served Congress throughout his life, and that is what he got as a, award or a medal for serving Congress for 50, 60 years. And that is what Congress has done. And that's one of the reasons that people do not trust Congress, and Congress is in 2 states only.
Okay.
This is the reason.
Okay. I'll come to you. Gautam, I'll come to you. Because the third part is the most important part, because the entire narrative which I thought today was around Bahari and Jungle Raj. Tejashwi continues to speak on Bahari, the government being run by bureaucrats, Nitish not running the government, and the entire senior leadership of the Bharatiya Janata Party using the word Latbandhan, Thagbandhan and Jungle Raj. So addressing this rally in Muzaffarpur, Mahagathbandhan CM faced Tejashwi Yadav criticized PM Modi. He said Prime Minister Modi invokes Jungle Raj every time to come to ask for votes. Tejashwi said crimes are taking place every single day in Bihar. On the other hand, Chief Minister Nitish Kumar said BJP and JDU were natural partners and Bihar had witnessed a sea change since November 5, 2005 for the better. Let me play out the bite of both of them. And my question to all my panelists is Jungle Raj memory enough to keep RJD away? And is this election boiling down to Bahari versus Jungle Raj?
Modi ji वोट लेकर के चल जाते हैं, चुनाव में फिर आते हैं और खाली क्या बोलते हैं, जंगल राज जंगल राज। या कौन ऐसा दिन है जब मुजफ्फरपुर में हत्या बलात्कार नहीं हो रहा, जरा बताइए तो कौन ऐसा दिन नहीं है। प्रधानमंत्री को नजर नहीं ना आएगा, जो गरीब की बात करता हो उसको कहते हैं जंगल राज, जो गरीब के लिए लड़ता हो उसको कहते हैं जंगल राज। प्रधानमंत्री जी, ये बिहार है, बिहार उड़ती चिड़िया को भी हल्दी लगाना जानती है बिहार की जनता। बिहार की जनता ढूंढ रही आई है। प्रधानमंत्री जी आपसे पूछेंगे, क्या पूछोगे आप लोग कि फैक्ट्री लगाएंगे गुजरात में और विक्ट्री चाहिए बिहार में? दो लोग गुजरात से आकर के बिहार चलाने का काम कर रहे हैं। बताओ सहरसा के लोगों, बिहार को बिहारी चलाएगा कि बाहरी चलाएगा? अरे बिहार को बिहारी चलाएगा कि बाहरी चलाएगा? बिहारी चलाएगा कि नहीं चलाएगा? आज देखिए जगह जगह ये लोग घूम रहे हैं। पहले हिसाब मांगिए, भाजपा ने क्या किया 11 साल 20 साल बिहार में क्या किया इन लोगों ने? सबसे ज्यादा गरीबी है कि नहीं है? पलायन है कि नहीं है? बेरोजगारी है कि नहीं है? तो देखिए हमारी सरकार बनेगी तो जो घोषणा तेजस्वी ने किया उसी का ही नकल कर रहे हैं।
ये लठबंधन वाले जिन लोगों को चुनाव लड़वा रहे हैं, उससे साफ हो जाता है कि ये पुराने दिन वापस लाना चाहते हैं। जमीन पर इनके प्रचार को सुनिए तो जंगल राज ही याद आएगा। अभी से आरजेडी कांग्रेस के लोग छर्रा, कट्टा, दूनाली और घर से उठा लेने की धमकी देने लग गए हैं। इनका प्रचार इन्हीं धुनों पर चल रहा है। इसलिए बिहार के लोगों को सावधान रहना है।
Okay, let me straight away go to Professor Shyam Kumar first. Sir, do you think that this Jangal Raj issue has again come to bite the alliance? I mean, so it's not going away. Mr. Shyam Kumar?
I'm not able to hear your clear.
No, my question is, you know how?
Some technical.
If you are not able to hear me, then I'll come to you again once you are able to hear me correctly. We'll get it fixed. Brijesh.
I think this is the NDA's biggest calling card, and this is one thing which the NDA would further reinforce ever since Tejashwi Yadav has been made the chief ministerial face of Mahagathbandhan. The NDA would feel, especially the BJP and JDU will feel very strongly that, you know, since he is Lalu Yadav's son, who was the face of Jangal Raj back at that point of time, so they would assume that this is one calling card which will work very well for them. The fact that a powerful Yadav and again Tejashwi Yadav coming to rule the state will go back to the earlier era where we saw lawlessness at its peak. How much of it will work? That I have my doubts about it. The BJP spokesperson feels that it will work. Otherwise, I personally feel that, you know, it has been 20 years, and I think this is the reason why, you know, the Prime Minister today reinforced the old people, like people of that vintage, to tell the youngsters, you know, who have not seen Jangal Raj personally, or who have seen the governance of Nitish Kumar and of BJP, to remind them of what Jangal Raj is. So I think this is BJP's perhaps only the biggest and the only calling card as far as this election is concerned.
Okay, Mr. Prasad, is this the calling card? And do you think this? Why is Tejashwi putting this Bahari? I mean to say, it doesn't make a difference. There are two national leaders.
I think, you see, the point is both people are going to play upon the issues which they think is going to evoke sentiments. Because the RJD and the Mahagathbandhan is playing upon two factors right from the beginning. If the BJP is talking of Jangal Raj, they are talking of unemployment and migration. We all know migrant population from Bihar is a very high portion among the highest. I don't have the exact figure, but I guess it's somewhere around 30% plus who stay outside of Bihar and who travel to Bihar at times. Right now, Chhath is there, so we know why so many special trains have been created for people to go back home. So that explains the migrant issue. Bihari, I mean, if you look at even Jan Swaraj Party and wherever he had in between, he talks about the same factor. The Prime Minister creates talks of setting up industries in Gujarat, but want the Biharis, the trains from Bihar to take the labor force. So they're trying to gel this out. And this is something, unemployment, Rozgar, it remains a matter of bread and butter. And remember, elections are bread and butter issues. While Jungle Raj, of course, remains a factor, but 20 years, as Brajesh has put it. And remember, of the 20 years, you had Mr. Nitish Kumar being partner in the same Jungle Raj partner, right? So you can't just discard away overnight and say, no, this is not. So there are factors, but then politics is not about permanency. It's only a permanent interest. There are no permanent friends, no permanent foes. So that explains.
Okay, Manish.
Yeah, see, it is so ironical again that Tejashwi Yadav ये बात करे बाहरी, इनफैक्ट उनकी पार्टी के सब लोग बोल रहे हैं कि संजय यादव जो हरियाणा के हैं वो उनकी पार्टी को चला रहे हैं, तो ये बाहरी कौन चला रहा है? इनफैक्ट हम लोग तो इनफैक्ट बात कर रहे हैं इसकी कि आरजेडी अब तो आरजेडी रही नहीं, तो खुद ही बहुत बड़ा आयरनी है। वो बोल रहे हैं बाहरी, देश की जनता को और बिहार की जनता को पता है कि नीतीश कुमार पिछले 20 साल से चला रहा है, and he is talking about it. So you see what kind of a contradiction he is talking about. He has to sort his own house. Everybody is talking that RJD is being controlled by someone else, right? And I still believe, which Brajesh ji alluded to, I believe that this government has really delivered. I've also maintained that challenges are there, but then so are the challenges in other states also. As a country also, we need to really move far ahead. Bihar also has. But if you look at 20 years journey, there has been phenomenal growth. Obviously, if you compare, but comparisons are sometimes unfair. You know, it hides the real growth and development that has happened from what was there, a broken system, to what it has now. Just one data, 700 crores in 2005 in terms of GDP, now more than 2,500 crores. That is the kind of development it has happened. It cannot be ignored. And I think the people of Bihar have not ignored it. Election after election, even last time's Lok Sabha election is just 1 year, 4 months. So at the ground, I don't think that people would feel differently, because the government, the state government delivered, the central government delivered. And you know, people always talk about 2005 to 2015 when Nitish ji was there in that government. It was a UPA government at the center. There was so much of obstruction out there. So there is a reason why people talk about double engine sarkar, because at that time Congress party did not allow this government to really function for 10 years. And in spite of that, it actually, gave stupendous growth, and most importantly, law and order. Without law and order, when we talk about Jungle Raj,
Manish, let me try to get across Shyam Kumar, am I audible to you? Mr. Shyam Kumar, am I audible to you? Okay, then I am not to be blamed that I have not given enough call time to the RJD spokesperson. There is a problem with his line. Yes, you continue, Manish. Then I'll go to Gautam.
Yeah, so, my point was, when the Prime Minister talks about Jungle Raj, he is also fearful that Bihar should not go back to that same era. Now, I understand the criticism, because the criticism is by putting Bihar adjacent to the other states. I would really like to look at, and the entire panel should look at how Bihar is doing in terms of Eastern India. You look at Jharkhand, you look at Assam, you look at West Bengal, and put Bihar in that perspective. For last 10 years, we have been top 10 GDP growth, always in top 5. Even last year, we were just after Tamil Nadu. So Tamil Nadu was 15.2%, we were 13.3%. Now, is that a bad performance? So economically, we are doing well. Law and order, we are doing well. There is a hope in Bihar, there is a growth, and we are actually have a roadmap and vision for the challenges which are there. Bihar, there was no electricity.
Manish,
just 5 seconds, 5 seconds. Lalten, a symbol. Today, Pradhan Mantri ji ne dikhaya sabko ki we have all torches out there, mobile phones. Why this Lalten? That is the symbol of RJD.
Okay, I think you used the word Lalten, Shyam Kumar ji. You used the word Lalten, I think Shyam Kumar ji responded. Mr. Shyam Kumar ji?
Thank God.
Thank God. Shyam Kumar ji, it is for you. You were trying to respond to the word Lalten.
Though I am not able to take your question, but I would like to respond, BJP friends. I don't know what is some technical issue. What he was talking about Jungle Raj, I would like to remind him So what is the pathetic law and order situation in Bihar? Just recent past you must have seen in Patna. That is the capital of Bihar. And you are talking about Jungle Raj. This is a Jungle Raj. If you hear the voice of Khemka's, brothers and his son was assassinated in Bihar, where is that? Where are these people? You are never in position to reply. I would like to just remind you, my dear friend, one very important point. That, today you are talking about the development. You talk about the Bihar special status in the 2024, election manifesto. Where is that? We are looking for the development. Bihar is still, you talk about future tense. After ruling Bihar for more than 2 decades, it is utter surprise that Bihar still ranks low in everything. So you don't have any moral right to talk now. Please go, receive a political farewell. Bihar is ready for move forward for the new CM. Tejashwi Yadav sahab is going to take over, my dear friend. Double engine sarkar is a totally failed sarkar. One is tired, one is expired. You do not have any local leadership. Honorable Prime Minister consecutive visit to Bihar. That means there is a deficit of leadership in Bihar. What you are talking?
Okay. I don't know what works,
So
but I don't know what works.
And how people have done the social
I think line from Delhi to Bihar is slightly flawed, but line from Patna to Patna is working fine.
मनीष की आवाज काम करती है, मेरी आवाज काम नहीं कर रही. So we have to deploy Manish more effectively now if we need to connect to Patna.
BJP-led NDA Bihar is totally failed, and you are talking about social justice. You don't have moral right and permission to talk about social justice, my dear friend.
Okay. I thank God, it's because I must thank Manish that because of him you were able to respond to me, because you heard your BJP friend, but you were not able to hear the anchor. Gautam, you wanted to come in.
No, absolutely, because when the Prime Minister or Nitish ji speaks about Jungle Raj, hypocrisy dies its own death. Because if you look at the numbers, I'm again and again bringing you people back to the numbers, and they are the national statistics, they are the state data, I'm not quoting them myself. Between 2021 and 2023, the crime rate in Bihar has rose up by at least 25%. Bihar, as of today, ranks number 2 in the country in cases of murder, dowry deaths, kidnapping, grievous hurt, and motor vehicle thefts. The state's crime rate against scheduled castes is nearly 50% higher than the national average. Now, what moral right do they have of talking about Jungle Raj? Just even think about Gopal Khemka. Just think about that 11-year-old in Muzaffarnagar rape victim who died the death because of not getting medical services on time.
Okay, thank you.
He forgot, very conveniently, Gautamji forgot rank number 1 Jharkhand Congress ruled state. But anyway, I would not like to comment on that. I can say, I don't know if he was talking about NCRB data or not.
Does that make rank number 2 Bihar all right if Jharkhand is rank number 1?
Okay, it proves one thing that it proves one thing that the law and order issue, Brajesh, is not going anywhere, and the Bahari issue is not going anywhere. These are the 2 tangents on which the election campaign has been launched. But you guys must be thinking that one person who is missing. I have run short of time, but I'm never short of fairness in my show. That one person is missing, everyone has been represented. I close my show with his bite, and his name is Nitish Kumar. Thank you all of you for joining me.
पहले जो सरकार थी, आपको मालूम है, उसको मौका मिला था, उसको भी मौका मिल गया था 15 साल. अब तो 7 वर्ष में जो बनाया गया था उसको हटना पड़ा. अब कभी कोई महिला के लिए कोई काम किया था, लड़का और लड़की के लिए कोई पूछा था, और जो उसको हटना पड़ा था तो अपनी पत्नी को, अपने वाइफ को वहीं पर बनवाया था. तो यही सब ना धंधा करता है. इसलिए आप उन लोगों का जान लीजिए, किसी के लिए कोई नहीं काम किया. आई सब अपने परिवार के लिए काम कर रहा. अभी आप हम लोगों को देख लीजिए, कोई अपने परिवार के लिए काम नहीं करता है. परिवार, कोई भी परिवार करने के लिए.
Associate sponsor. Ever ready? Give me power. Give me red.
थोड़ा आराम कर ले.
पर कहाँ रुकेंगे?
मैं बताऊं. इंडियन ऑयल स्वागत पेट्रोल पंप. स्वागत है हैप्पी जर्नी की रेसिपी.
Look, this investment guru tips will double your money. Just claim the offer.
Double your money from any random group.